I'm pretty sure I made those, so I'm gonna sell them. Resist disease, I'm gonna keep that one. 5 points for 19 seconds, 5 points for 18 seconds. Physical weapons. Do you rely on that? You clicked follow, didn't you? Or somebody clicked follow. I can't see you click follow. Thank you for clicking follow.
I believe in a thing called love. Just think of remember cold. With the chance we can make it now.
That's great.
The sun goes down. I believe in a thing called love.
I love that song. Oh my gosh. Of course I followed. Okay, thank you so much, Tojabu. Did you like the alert? I don't know. I feel like I think I'm so funny. But you know, whatever. I amuse myself. And hopefully other people too. I don't know. So what was I saying before? What was I saying before? I rely on physical weapons. I do, I have my bow. I just got a silver short sword that is going to replace my Great Warhammer. I've had the Great Warhammer since I came out of the,
Thank you.
What is that thing called? The introductory guide thing that they do underground or whatever. I've had this thing forever, and then there were some bandits and they had the exact same one, and I killed them, sold them. My mic started echoing. Has it stopped since the alert, or is it still echoing? Because if it's still echoing, I'm probably gonna change the alert so that it's shorter or something. Because I don't know how these things sound on your end. But anyway, I've had this Warhammer forever. So and then I just got this off of a guard, and then of course I used the bow. And what I really wanted to do for this character, okay, stop. What I really wanted to do for this character was have him be like, you know, like a monk and like do hand to hand. It was a mix between like a monk and a bard character. And when I did like the introductory thing, he was like, "Oh, you're a bard," and I was like, "Yeah, that's so awesome! You think I'm a bard?" And then like the main traits for the bard. I didn't like. He had alchemy on there, and I was like, when am I gonna use alchemy? I don't even like alchemy, and so I selected the monk because they have what are the major skills? Athletics, hand to hand, alteration, which you like breathe, walk underwater, open locks, shield yourself, alter encumbrance. I'm assuming that's like how much you can carry. Acrobatics, marksman, security, and sneak. I was like, done. I'm gonna be a monk. And then since then, I haven't used the blade a lot. Heavy armor's from when I first started. Light armor I use a lot. Restoration I don't use as much. And I just leveled alchemy, so I actually use alchemy a lot just to get rid of like my stolen food items. I should have been a bard. I would suggest choosing either blade or blunt. If you're going to choose stealth, then I would suggest blade and light armor. And if you're going in with your war face on, I would suggest blunt with heavy armor. I totally understand that. And I would, right now I have like light armor, and really the reason I was using the Warhammer for so long, the blunt weapon, was because it was like the best weapon that I had at the time. But now I have this long sword that is like the same amount of damage, and it weighs less. Really, like, when it comes down to it, I look at like how much things cost, so how much I can sell them for, and how much they weigh, which is like how many other things can I carry. So I think I'm gonna go with the lightweight armor because that weighs less. As a matter of fact, I just got the reason I'm wearing this is because it protects more, and even though it weighs more than the fur, I don't know how to say this, curious, it protects more. So, but it's still light armor. Blunts are awesome any time of the day though, not blunts. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yep. Yeah, I didn't think that I would ever use a blunt, but, you know, sometimes it happens. Blunt weapons. Sometimes they're the best option. Anyway, I still don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. I have like 192 weight. I need to get down. I need to increase my weight. 200 is not enough for me. Oh, I can't sell that one. Let's see. I'm gonna sell the duplicates that I have. I don't know how I got that. Yeah.
Goodbye.
I'm still
have everything.
selling stuff to this lady.
May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
No, you may not. I'm going to sell things to you. Okay. Second time I ever smoked, I had to use a gravity bong. It felt like I swallowed the Sahara. Why did you have to use a gravity bong? Because it was so bad the first time? It was like swallowing the Sahara the first time? This is appropriate conversation for where I'm at right now, because it's like 1 a.m. where I'm at right now, so I can understand that. Oh shoot, I clicked out. Oh no. Okay. First time was pipe. Oh, okay. Yep. It's that time of night. Yeah, to be completely honest, like, I don't smoke really anymore. Like, my folks are always like, no, don't smoke or whatever. And of course, like, you go to college, things happen. But for me, it's not really something that, like, affects me that much. Well, that much. And actually, it's hereditary. Since then, I've had conversations with my parents, and they've been like, oh, yeah, this is what happened. And I'd be like, maybe that's why I reacted that way. After that, I used a bong, blunts, and joints until I got my own little pipe. Yeah, it's funny, like, I could say something that's like, I feel like this is an adult conversation right here. We are in like adult conversation land right now. But there are like certain things, like when I think like when it comes to like pipes and stuff like that, um, it seems like it's hard to get a hold of them until you actually get a hold of them, and then you're like, whatevs. I have this one, and then I have that one, and then, you know, my friends got this and that and everything like that. So it's just like, you know, they were not there and then they were. It's like, I feel like it's almost the same way that, like, we treat alcohol. Because, like, I remember, when we were trying to... No! No! Really? You're 14? Oh my gosh, kid. Okay. Let me think. What was I like when I was 14? I don't know. What was I like when I was 14? I think I had my head was like buried in. No, actually, yeah, I was into stuff when I was. um, I was really into fan fiction when I was 14. That was my thing. You grew up surrounded by stoners, now getting piss tested so I can't smoke. Why are you getting tested? Don't they only do that for like jobs, like applications and stuff? Or do you have to like work or something? Like an after school sort of job? If you're 14, you should stay in school because that's like it sucks to be honest. Like even like I'm thinking like even now I'm 22 and I'm thinking that like when I was 14 and you know going to school, I was just kind of like, you know, whatever, I have to deal with it and it sucks, but like looking back on it, you don't even like learn very well in school. So it's just like it kind of like really sucks. I have like cousins and like my friends who have like younger siblings and stuff who are like they're in school and everything, and I'm just like, yeah, it really sucks, but it. I hate to like quote those stupid videos where like it gets better or whatever, but like the thing is like when you're younger, I just feel like you don't. I always thought that I was in control of myself. Like I always knew who I was at that time, but then like even like a couple months later, I'd be like, who was that person? My got caught. My boyfriend, mom's boyfriend, caught me, and now my dad buys piss tests. He hasn't tested me in like the past 2 months though. Haven't smoked, so it's just kind of like a threat, but still. Hmm. Well, you know, he cares about you. It's just kind of like, I mean, personally, I think it's like not so bad to do it as long as you keep your other habits in check. Like, um, there have been studies that say like, well, not the THC itself is what causes people to like. He was testing you for a while. Okay. He was he was caring about you, or he was testing you. It's not just a threat. He was testing you. But it's like a threat of like in the future he could test you again. But he hasn't yet. And it's been 2 months. But anyway, yeah, the THC is what causes the hallucinatory sort of like effect of it, but there are like other beneficial chemicals that are in cannabis. They even have like studies in like Arizona where it's like recreational, I think. They have them in like Colorado or something, and they have like clinics there where they use some of the chemicals that they've extracted from cannabis to weed to create seizure treatments for people that have like grand mal seizures, like little kids that have grand mal seizures. And grand mal is like the ones where your like your eyes like roll back in your head and you like die and stuff. So and there's also like stuff about it that says that it's good for like people who have Alzheimer's and things like that. It's really terrible because people have known about this. The government's known about it since the 50s, and they still had this whole scare campaign about how like you shouldn't like smoke and everything like that and how it's evil. But really, what the evil part were when you get involved with like um, organized crime and things like that, like other people who are willing to do things other than just like sell you something to make you feel good, and like the bad habits that come from that, like not um, not going to school, not going to work, not cleaning up after yourself, not being responsible. As long as you keep those things in check, I mean, it's like drinking. Just be a responsible person and you know, not hang out with shady people. You wouldn't get your beer from, I mean, I don't know about you, but like you shouldn't get your beer from like somebody who's like a weirdo or like a crackhead or anything like that. I was sitting with my dealer and a couple friends in the kitchen, and there was a joint being passed one way around the circle and a blunt the other. Was so everyone was ending up with both at once. We just smoked them with one in each corner of our mouth, and it was awesome. Sounds like